This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about 3 Girls in Love, a beautiful family system and concept that has just been released 3 days ago or 4 days ago to share with the world, because this, I believe, is the future of relationships, and it's just started and you're becoming part of that early movement. Congratulations. We're going to go into that concept, and we're also going to talk about how you as a woman can prepare yourself for such a relationship. First of all, what is 3 Girls in Love? Let's explain it. 3 Girls in Love is when 3 girls choose each other, and they choose each other for the long term, meaning they become literally best friends forever. This is not going to be something that guys can separate you from, or work is going to separate you from, or going off to college is going to separate you from. No, you guys literally choose each other as best friends forever, and you make it into a family unit. Now, this family unit is not really a family unit before these 3 girls together choose a man of their choice. Together, recommended, with other friends and family who approve of this man. Now, this man must be massively trustworthy. He must have a proven track record that he actually speaks the truth, that he's honorable, that he keeps his promises. Basically, that he's an amazing guy who always does what he says he's going to do. And he loves them back. And not only that, he also, and this is very critical, requisite, necessary, all of those things, he must have a strong, massively strong financial foundation in place, not only to take care of himself and these 3 women, but since he's committing for the long term for this family, he must have the resources to support any children that come into this relationship, so that money will never be a problem. In this way, the 3 women can together not have to work, and they can actually stay home with their passive income and enjoy life and be bubbly, giggly together, travel and do whatever they want to do, and then have their amazing man go out, work, bring home the dough, and then they can reward his efforts. Now, these are in not specific order, but I'm going to first start with unburdening yourself. That's number 1. Number 2 is understanding the woman, i.e. yourself. And number 3, understanding the man. Unburdening yourself. Okay, this comes from the standpoint of femininity. The more masculine you are, the harder it will be to accept this concept. The reason why I say that is because masculine women very often have developed such masculine traits that they desire to be the man in such a union. So these can be women that actually have several guys, that they're basically playing, because, and they're the players in those relationships. And they might be sleeping around and not having much difficulty with it. And when they hear about my concept, they're like, no, women are the ones who are supposed to be able to choose. And I completely agree with those women that women should be choosing, but that's what this system also allows, is that they choose each other, but they also together choose the man. The biggest baggage you can enter into such a relationship with, or any relationship for that matter, is having had massive amounts of prior sexual boyfriends or sexual relationships. The higher the notch count, the more sexual partners you've had, the more emotionally unstable you're going to be. The higher sexual partner count you have, the more emotionally unstable you are going to be as a woman. The best thing you can do to prepare yourself for this kind of relationship and family unit is to be as emotionally stable as possible, meaning unburdened. If you've had tons of prior boyfriends and sexual partners, it means that you are more likely to not bond properly with the man. It is more likely for you to not be able to stick to one concept for a very long time because you always need something new, or you're always distracted by other people, or you care about what other people think, or there's a lot of things that could happen for you if you have a lot of prior boyfriends. Not only this, but the risk of you, for example, already having a kid, that would also make this union and making this work very difficult. The second aspect of it is if you had many prior boyfriends, most probably you would be carrying an STD. If the others in that kind of relationship don't have an STD, then you will bring that STD with you into the relationship. That's prior baggage that it would be better if you did not have with you. What I recommend is that you basically become a born-again virgin. Now, this has nothing to do with religion or Christianity. This is in terms of simply making a decision today that there will be no more dating. There will be no more sexual involvement. There'll be no more late calls or whatever it is. Become a born-again virgin so that you can unburden yourself. It's going to be very hard in the beginning, but it's going to become easier to live without those sexual relationships until you're able to enter into this amazing family system and unit with the right people, because you've unburdened yourself. You've actually worked on your problems, your baggage, your issues, and you come in there prepared for an eternal family unit. Another aspect of not coming in with baggage is making sure that there's no angry parents involved. Think about it this way. Entering into this kind of relationship with one man and 3 women will require some guts. Not only this, because parents want what's best for you, and that's why they probably are going to make sure that, okay, you don't enter into this kind of relationship. Well, you can prepare yourself for this by preparing them. If you plant the seeds that this is the kind of family lifestyle that you desire, or you're just investigating it, you're just researching it, but you're planting a seed that maybe in the future that's what I would want to do, and I'm going to prepare myself for it, then they have time to process it over time as well. It's not like you suddenly found your 2 women and then you found your guy and you basically go to your parents and say, this is what I'm gonna do. It's kind of like eloping to Vegas with someone that your parents have never met or something like that. You don't want their anger and their issues to be brought with you into that family, into that new family that you're trying to establish. So make sure that your parents are on the same page long before you enter into such a relationship. Do you understand how much preparation goes into establishing such an amazing unit? Okay, people say that the most important decision you'll ever make, and that you gotta make sure is the right decision, is who you choose to marry. Now, this is 3 times more important in this family relationship because it involves 4 people. It involves 2 other women, and it involves a man that better be good. Another aspect of unburdening yourself is also cutting down your career-driven perseverance, okay? Let me say it this way. What I would do if I were you, if you really wanted this 3 girls in love lifestyle, but you need money to survive right now because you haven't found your partners yet, then what I would do is I would look for a job. If you don't have that job already, I would look for a job that requires as least possible emotional involvement as possible, but that pays you enough money to pay your bills. It is better to have that kind of a job that doesn't require a lot from you, that pays the bills, than to have something that requires a lot from you, because that's going to be a burden and cause issues. It's going to pay you more money, but as we all know, women are very good spenders, so you'll end up managing to spend it anyway. So what was the point then? It's better to be less emotionally involved in someone else's business, someone else's dream, because you know you've got your own dream that you're thinking about and processing and preparing for. Okay, so going into the 2 other aspects of understanding the woman and understanding men. Understand that there's masculinity and femininity. All of us, both men and women, have both aspects in our bodies through our hormones. However, because of our reproductive system, it is completely different how we are supposed to develop our nature. Meaning, women were designed to be feminine. Men were designed to be masculine. Not only do we see this in terms of attraction, women are more attracted to masculine men unless it's not their horny period, which means that it's the 3 other weeks, then they rather want to spend time with feminine creatures. This is something that 3 Girls in Love perfectly sets up, because you're together with the feminine creatures most of the month, and then at some points, then you'll actually have a relationship with the man who is massively masculine. Now let's talk about understanding men first. Because understanding men is actually very, very simple. Men have been allowed to be emotionally stable because they don't have much emotion. Now, this is not correct for all guys out there, because there's a lot of guys who are feminine. The more feminine a guy is, the more emotionally unstable he's going to be. The more masculine a man is, the more stable, emotionally stable he's going to be. You want a guy who's massively emotionally stable, not unstable, because then he's pretty much a girl. So, if you understand the man and what his needs and desires are, life is going to be so simple for you. Understand that men speak a different language than you women, and you've got to speak his language in order to know why this union would actually work. Understand that men desire power, okay? They want to win, and they want to know that they are winners. And if they're massively rewarded when they win, then they're going to win again, because they absolutely love being rewarded. So, what is it that men love as rewards? Men love money because that creates freedom for them. That creates options. That means that they can go out and pretty much buy whatever they need in order to continue to drive forward their career or to provide and to protect their families. Money is very important to guys, and you should encourage it in guys for them to go out and make a lot of money. Allow them to be business owners because that's what they were designed to be. Men also love to be rewarded with beautiful women. Understand that. Men were designed to be driven for sexual reasons, and we are. And as long as you understand this about men, it's a fantastic thing as long as they control it. The more masculine they are, the more they're able to control themselves and discipline themselves to take care of business before they reward themselves with women. The more feminine they are, the more they're going to participate in immediate gratification of porn and other different things that causes their emotions to be all over the place, and then they're not really into creating business at the end of the day because they don't have enough energy anymore, because they've wasted it all on being distracted by immediate gratification. Understand that aspect. But men want power, men want sexual adoration, and also just simply normal adoration from women. Just simply having a woman look up to you is a fantastic feeling for men. Understand that a man who is massively rewarded for his efforts, who is massively encouraged for his efforts, who receives food, who receives amazing sex, and who receives basically a beautiful environment and amazing children that the women are focused on raising together, he will never want to lose it, and he will be motivated outside his brain to become a leader, to become even more powerful, to make sure he never ever loses you. If you did not know, men very, very rarely divorce women. Okay, it doesn't happen very often, but if it does happen, it's because very often he is scared. Okay, He's scared of you. Some guys are very scared of women, especially when they're married, because the women do a lot of crazy stuff within the four walls of their own home. So, the point of what I'm saying about the guys is that if you go into a relationship like this, knowing and understanding the man, and knowing and understanding that you've selected the right guy, if you just keep on rewarding him the way I've explained in this video, he's going to be there for the long haul. There is nothing to worry about. He's not going to sign up a new trio because he's created a family out of this. And men who are masculine love family, and they love passing on their skills, their knowledge, their drive to the next generation, and to reward his beautiful women, okay? And the last aspect is understanding yourself. Understand that women were designed to be feminine, meaning designed to be emotional, to be all over the place, to give immediate feedback when something is wrong, and to give immediate feedback when everything is right. Women were designed to be in a 3 girls in love relationship because monogamy suffocates women. Monogamy, and I'm talking now in terms of the opposite of 3 girls in love monogamy, okay? Women are monogamous by nature because they were designed to only have one man. However, when I speak about monogamy, I'm talking about the kind where there's only one man and one woman and they're trying to work things out. Women require women. Women need women so that there's strength in numbers, that there's emotional support, that they care for each other, that there's equal love and support and resources. The more you understand women, the more you'll understand that 3 girls in love is the concept that can fulfill any woman's emotional needs. All of them. Okay? But it requires an understanding of the woman, an understanding of men, and it also requires women to let go of baggage and to become born-again virgins, as we call it, in order for them to make a 3 girls in love unit successful. This is the Girls of High Value channel. I hope you found amazing value out of this video. I'm going to keep talking about this important subject in the next one, and I'll see you then.